Hello, everybody. Welcome along. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Show. And this morning, I put up a video on the channel entitled, Who Has the Easiest Championship Promotion Run? Got a lot of good comments on that. And a few of them said, why don't you do one for relegation? So here it is. And there is the question down the bottom. Who has the easiest championship relegation running? I guess when you're down the bottom, it's not necessarily easy in terms of getting out of it. So maybe a slightly different context to the top half of the table. But I'm going to do exactly the same thing, which means we're going to have a look at the remaining fixtures, try and piece together which ones are easy and hard. And then we will look at the positions of the team that everybody is playing and make an average. And I am not predicting the future. I'm not saying this is going to predict what's going to happen. I'm not even saying this is the best way to predict the future. Just a little bit of fun. If you feel that you have other ways that might be better, then pop them in the comments. But let's not get too emotional about it, because at the end of the day, we are predicting the future. And if any of us could do that, I'm sure we would be spending our time on betting websites, not here watching videos as speculative as this one. So let's have a look at the bottom half of the table. And of course, in the championship, if you're in the top half of the table, you are striving for promotion. If you're in the bottom half, you're trying to avoid relegation. You have a couple of interesting teams at the top there. Sheffield Wednesday should be safe, but they've been investigated for FFP. So anything bigger than a 9-point deduction would see them into the relegation zone. Then you have Wigan, who are going to be deducted 12 points. I would predict that will definitely happen. The only way they are not going to get deducted 12 points if they are relegated sort of by natural causes. But I don't see the entire bottom three as it is moving above Wigan. I mean, that would take a 10-point swing, 11 even, when you look at the goal difference for Luton to get above them. And that's what it would take. So really, you've got to look at Wigan being bottom of the table on 38. Then you've got teams like QPR, Reading and Birmingham, who traditionally looked like they were safe from a fair way out, really. And I suppose they go into my categories of being on the beach. Then you've got the fighters at the bottom. Charlton back with 7 points in 3. Hull, 4 points in the last 2. Huddersfield won the last game at Birmingham. Borough brought in Neil Warnock and had that excellent win at Stoke. Stoke are the ones who aren't putting the points on at the moment. I think just one draw since they've been back. Barnsley, brilliant, 7 points since they've been back. Luton, 5 points since they've been back, including excellent draws up at Leeds and against Preston. So what we definitely can say about the bottom of the table this year is there is an unprecedented amount of points being scored. And up until that Wigan deduction and that administration earlier in the week, I was thinking, look, someone's going to get relegated with a lot of points, 48, 49. Could someone go down with 50 points? Remember, Peterborough, I think, 54. One season is the one that always gets quoted as being high. Let's have a look down at these run-ins. So Sheffield Wednesday, how are they looking? A trip to Swansea, then Preston, so a couple of playoff chasers, excuse me. Then dead rubbery against QPR. Huddersfield will likely still be desperate for points 3 games from the end. Then a hard one for Fulham, who will be looking to consolidate a playoff position, or if things go well for them, even higher. And then a Neil Warnock team likely fighting relegation on the last day of the season for Wednesday. We're all going to have different theories on which games are more difficult. Would you rather be hoping for those dead rubber teams in the middle of the table? Would you rather have the 6-pointer games against teams around you? Or would a last game against, look at Wigan here, who we're now on. Would a last game of the season against Fulham, who may already be in the playoffs and rest players, be the best thing? So many different theories. Get yours in the comments. So Wigan, they've done it once, in the words of Alf Ramsey. Can they go and win it again, in that they've got themselves safe, and then their owners crazily seem to have put them into administration and sort of guaranteed relegation? But if Wigan can continue their form, which is sensationally good at the moment, maybe they can survive from underneath. Brentford away is not going to be easy, but then QPR might be dead rubbery. Barnsley will now be a direct rival, so will Hull, and so will Charlton. So if Wigan can go bang, bang, bang against Barnsley, Hull and Charlton, teams who are in the same predicament now, and then on the last day of the season, if Fulham are already in the playoffs, maybe they'll rest some players. But what happens if Fulham are fighting to stay in the playoffs, or even better still for them, get into the automatics? Who knows whether that's good, bad, or indifferent for Wigan. QPR have got a couple of away games. Off they go to Borough, off they go to Wigan. Then the dead rubbery one against Sheffield Wednesday. Is that danger? Luton away. Then Millwall, will they still be chasing the playoffs by that point? West Brom, will they be up? Will that be a shootout to get over the line against Brentford? Who knows whether those games are going to be easy or hard? We just don't know the context. Here is Reading's run. They go to Luton, and then they play Huddersfield, and then Charlton. Look at that. Relegation teams all the way there. If Reading are on the beach and all of those teams take points off them, Reading will be sucked down into it. Then there's another one. Look, Middlesbrough. Look at those first 4 games for Reading. Luton, Huddersfield, Charlton, and Borough. Incredible run there. Then Blackburn and Swansea. Those will likely be dead rubbers. You'd see other teams, maybe Derby and Cardiff, being ahead in the playoff picture there. Here comes Birmingham. Off they go to Fulham, playoff chasing Swansea, Stoke and Charlton in the relegation area. Then 2 playoff chasers, Preston and Derby. Will they be out of the race by then? Who knows? Charlton, who have had a brilliant return with 7 points from 3 games. They play tonight in the big South London derby against Millwall. Then off they go to Brentford. Dead rubbers against Reading and Birmingham. Then a couple of extremes. Wigan may be in the bottom 3, likely at that point. If they are going to get out of it, they were not going to have done it in 4 games' time, put it that way. And then, last day of the season, Leeds. Could be the hardest game in the world, or it could be the easiest. What if Leeds are already up? Could be a nice, easy one. They could do Lee Bowyer a favour, their old player there. Who knows? Hull. That first one doesn't look easy, does it? West Brom away, then Bristol City away. Second one probably easier than the first, but hey, it's the Championship. Then at home to Millwall. Should still be chasing the playoffs. When we did the video this morning, Millwall's running looked good. They might have to play the marathon, not the sprint, Millwall. Then away to Wigan. Look at that. Wigan away for Hull, and then Luton at home in the 4th and 5th of 6 games. Then Cardiff. Where will Cardiff be? Will they be in 6th position? Will they be higher? Will they be chasing, trying to hold on? I doubt Cardiff's position will be certain in the playoffs by that last game. So tricky. Huddersfield had a good win, didn't they? At Birmingham last time out. They've got Preston chasing the playoffs. Then Reading, dead rubber possibly. Luton, big 6-pointer there. Sheffield Wednesday is a middle, nothing to play for possibly. Or will all these bottom teams rise up and pull Sheffield Wednesday down? Will FFP pull Sheffield Wednesday down? Who knows? By the way, I'm not saying they've been found guilty. I'm just saying there's a possibility. And that possibility only exists at the moment for Sheffield Wednesday and Derby. Although, what happens if we get another crazy administration? West Brom. That doesn't look good for a second last game, does it? You'd think West Brom would still have something on it at that point. And then Huddersfield away at Millwall on the last day of the season. Here's Warnock's run. Couple of his old clubs there, QPR in there and Cardiff in there. Millwall chasing the playoffs, Bristol City, some middling teams there, Reading as well, and Sheffield Wednesday. If I was a Borough fan, I'd be looking at QPR and I'd be looking at Bristol City, Reading, and Wednesday, thinking those teams have less to play for than us. It's only Cardiff there, and Warnock knows all of those players, doesn't he? He's managed them all recently, for God's sake. So I quite like that run for Borough, I have to say. Stoke, look at these. Look, Barnsley's a direct rival, and then Leeds. That's not going to be easy. Birmingham might be a dead rubber. Bristol City, well, they have made a rise up. And then look at the last 2 for Stoke. Oh, dear. Brentford could be chasing for top 2. Forest, they could be chasing for top 2. Who knows? But they're going to need to solidify their playoff spot. I do not like Stoke's running, I have to say. I'd rather be a Borough fan than a Stoke fan in that position. Here comes Barnsley. Look at that for Barnsley. Those first three: Stoke, Luton, and Wigan. If they take another 5 or 7 points from those, they'll be damaging their direct rivals massively. But then look, Leeds, Forest, and Brentford for the last three. Oh my goodness, Barnsley need to score points in those first three, because you would not want those last three unless things at the top of the table are all confirmed. But this is the Championship. When is everything locked up by the final day? I suppose last season it was only that final playoff position we were looking at. Here's Luton. They're bottom of the league, but we know really Wigan are bottom of the league. They've got Reading, which could be a dead rubber. They've got Barnsley and Huddersfield, who are direct rivals. Then QPR, Hull is a direct rival, and Blackburn. No big top teams there for Luton. That stacks up with Borough's run, I think. So look, lots of arguments here for teams having good runs, teams having bad runs. And yes, I do accept that a lot of these theories conflict with each other. Would you rather play a top team with 2 games to go because it might be sorted? Remember Huddersfield a few seasons ago? They lost to Harry Redknapp's Birmingham because they rested all their playoffs because they were already in the playoffs. We see weird things in the last game. Remember Aston Villa last couple of games last season? They didn't want Grealish and McGinn to get suspended, so they just took them out of the team, having won 10 on the trot. So lots of theories here. Let's have a look and see who, on the basis of average opposition position, has the easiest and hardest runs. I am not saying, I will repeat myself, I'm not saying this is in any way scientific or a prediction. Luton have the easiest run on the basis of average opposition position, followed by Reading, followed by QPR, followed by Wigan, who have just plummeted to the bottom with their administration. Sheffield Wednesday, then Huddersfield, then Borough, all middling it comes out at. Then the harder ones, Birmingham, could they get sucked in there? Hull, that won't make nice reading. Then Barnsley, we just saw the last 3 games for Barnsley are minging. Charlton as well have got difficult ones, but they've already put points on the board, which is good for them. But the big worry on the basis of average opposition position is Stoke. Look at that. Average position of 10th place. It didn't look pretty. Right, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. I am throwing out theories. I am not attempting to predict the future here. I would not do that. And I accept that you can present me a sensible argument that playing a team that's top of the league is easier than playing a team that's bottom of the league. I get that, and vice versa. The league table tells us the hardest game you can get at the moment is Leeds, and the easiest game you can get is Luton. But Leeds and Luton drew in the last game. So I'm just throwing out some possible theories. Could Wigan do the incredible and keep their form going and push up? And really look at Stoke's fixtures there, and look at Barnsley's last 3. Really, really interesting down there. And could Luton get out of it on the basis of those fixtures? And will one of the teams that looks safe, talking about Birmingham, QPR, Reading, Sheffield Wednesday, get sucked in, have a horror run? Let me know what you think in the comments. Just a bit of fun. Don't get too emotional about it. No one's saying your team is going down. Just a bit of fun. Something that isn't fun is the fact that I won't have a job in 3 weeks. So really giving the YouTube a push. You can show your support by Super Chat, where you type your comment in the live chat. Just beneath there is a $1 button where you can donate what you like, and I would be eternally grateful. Even moreover, you can support on patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Just finishing this, we've just come up 5 o'clock, so I'll get this up ASAP, and I'll be back later this evening, Friday, for the Championship preview at 7 p.m. before that Millwall and Charlton game. If you're watching on delay, Millwall and Charlton might already have played each other, so the Charlton thing may be a bit outdated, but still, let me know your comments. Again, we're predicting the future, so don't take it too seriously, because if anyone could do that, they wouldn't probably be sat where you or I were sitting right now. Right, thank you, everybody, for watching, trying to answer the question, who has the easiest championship relegation run in? Let me know who you think in the comments, and I'll see you hopefully tonight for the championship game week 41. 6 to go preview. Thanks for watching. Over and out. Subscribe, ring the bell, follow on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you very soon.